This is my top 10 favorite Lattafa fragrances I own in my collection. Video come right up. Stay tuned after this intro. What is going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. In today's video, I have my top 10 favorite Lattafa fragrances I own in my collection. This is the Lattafa fragrances I personally used and enjoyed, and I highly recommend it for you guys to purchase as well. Especially that they wouldn't break a bank $20 to $30, $40 maximum for the most expensive Lattafa fragrance. They also last forever and project like crazy. And most importantly, they smell amazing. Like and subscribe to not miss any of my videos in the future. Links to most of these 10 Lattafa fragrances gonna be in the description down below with the best prices online as always. So take advantage of the sales going on right now. Number 10 on my list, this one got very popular back in the day. And yes, this is only a flanker of the original, which is a dupe of Angel Share by Kilian. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know which fragrance I'm talking about by now. It is not Khamrah, this is only a flanker of Khamrah, and this one calls Khamrah Qahwa. And I personally love this one. As a matter of fact, the fact that I just opened that cap and I smelled that atomizer, it just made me crave it. Should I make it my scent of the day? I have a lot of great Lattafa fragrances coming up, and I don't want to make my number 10 as my scent of the day, but it's already happening, so I don't know what's going to happen next on this video. Stay tuned. And as a matter of fact, this one smells great. It doesn't smell like Angel Share, particularly 100%. It just gives hints of Angel Share. This one is definitely more Middle Easterny, definitely spicier than Angel Share, but with a lot of Qahwa. And Qahwa means coffee in Arabic. So if you love coffee in fragrances and you love Angel Share, definitely try Khamrah Qahwa by Lattafa. It is on my number 10 spot just because I love it and totally deserve that spot. Number 9 on my list, this is probably one of my favorite summer scents on a budget, because this one on its own, it smells great. I just find it to be very sexy as well, very handsome. It smells really nice on a man. It will definitely make you handsomer. It gives a little bit of an old school touch, but also modern at the same time. To me, this one smells like the original Le Male by Jean-Paul Gaultier vintage, mixed with a lot of mint and citruses. The lavender is apparent here, which makes it very likable. Anything that got lavender in it, it just automatically make that fragrance very masculine, also very likable. That's why this one is one of my favorite and most complimented Lattafa fragrances, especially for the price under $20. You cannot go wrong with this one. And I'm talking about Maahir Legacy, again by Lattafa. I agree this one smells very synthetic when you first spray it on, but again, don't forget this one is under $20. And personally, that doesn't bother me at all, because most of, or 99% of any fragrance pretty much are synthetic. So for this one to be a little bit more synthetic, it's not a big deal. Especially that this one smells like 95% of Sedley by Parfum de Marly. So instead of spending $400+ for a bottle of Sedley, you can just get this one for under $20. It is a no-brainer, bro. Get this one. Number 8 on my list, I have Asad by Lattafa. This is the original, and this one smells like Dior Sauvage Elixir. But this one is definitely much easier to wear, definitely way more vanillic, sweeter, and it's not as spicy as Dior Sauvage Elixir. It is not as strong as Dior Sauvage Elixir. It's got some decent performance, but it's no match if you compare the performance of this one to Dior Sauvage Elixir, which is one of the strongest fragrances ever created, in my honest opinion. Again, for around $20 to $30 maximum. Don't spend over $30 on this one right here. You cannot go wrong. It smells definitely way more synthetic than the original Dior Sauvage Elixir when you first spray it on. But then just let it settle on your skin for a couple of minutes, give or take, and it would be one of your dumb reach, one of your most complimented, easy to wear fragrances ever created on a budget. $20, bro. You cannot go wrong with it. Number 7 on my list, I have Lattafa Fakhar, and I personally love this one. This one, when I first bought it, it wasn't the biggest performer on my skin, but now this one is super beast, and for the price, you definitely cannot go wrong with this one. $15 to $20, that's how much you should buy this one for, because it is that cheap, guys. But smell-wise, it doesn't smell that cheap at all. If you love YSL, EDP, this one is just a copycat of that. Smell-wise, nowadays, performance-wise on my skin as well, Lattafa Fakhar is definitely one of the fragrances that you should definitely buy if you love YEDP by YSL. Number 6 on my list, another Asad flanker, and this one calls Asad Bourbon by Lattafa. Again, this video is all about Lattafa. And let me just tell you this, guys, this is probably one of the sexiest Lattafa fragrances on a man. Also on a budget, because $30, that's all you need to get yourself a bottle of this that performs great. It smells sexy. It is great to spray it around your significant other, because this one will definitely get you some compliments. It is just a sexy, sweet, nutty scent. Definitely one of my favorite, sexiest Lattafa for men. It just smells like a very trendy, new designer scent. That DNA itself, it's very in, it's very likable, it's very masculine, but also very young. So if you are in your mid-20s, give or take, this is a perfect scent for you. But still, if you're older than that, this one will still smell great on your skin. Lattafa Asad Bourbon, definitely give this one a try. Number 5 on my list, one of my beast mode Lattafa fragrances I own in my collection. A fragrance that smells like apple shisha or apple hookah. If you are familiar or like the smell of apple hookah, then you would definitely love Mashrabiya by Lattafa. This one is pretty strong. It smells like smoking hot by Killian, and it's a pretty good candidate or alternative for smoking hot by Killian. So instead of spending $400+ on a bottle of 50 ml of Smoking Hot by Killian, but with this one you can get yourself a 100 ml, double the size of the by Killian bottle, for around $30. This is a no-brainer, guys. Especially that this one lasts, projects, and it smells amazing. I personally love the smell of this one. Even though I hate shisha, I hate hookah, I hate the smell of apple hookah, and I hate everything about hookah, but still love this one. Number 4 on my list is probably one of the cheapest Lattafa fragrances I own in my collection, and one of the best ones. So if I have to recommend the cheapest and the best Lattafa fragrance that you're just gonna have to go right now, buy it for under $20 or like maybe $22, give or take, which is a no-brainer for a great performing fragrance that smells like identical to the original, which is BDK Gris Charnel, and this one calls Liam by Lattafa, and this one smells amazing. Everything about this scent I just love. I don't know how many fragrances of Lattafa I already applied on my skin. I don't care. I am projecting like crazy, and I wouldn't recommend what I just did right now, guys, because what I just did, it was good for the first 2 layering combos. It smelled great on its own, but I was just way too excited to explain how it smells. But after the 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th now, I don't recall or don't remember how many fragrances I applied on top of each other. Now it smells a little bit weird because they kinda competing against each other. They smell great, don't get me wrong, but you feel the notes are not matching, or they're competing against each other. I don't know, that's how I feel so far, but individually, all these fragrances that I sprayed on myself, I love them, and they smell great individually on myself. Number 3 on my list, this is probably one of the sexiest Lattafa fragrances I own in my collection. Or probably this one is one of the sexiest fragrances I own in my collection, period. Even though this one costs less than $30. Seriously. And I'm talking about Vintage Radio, again by Lattafa. If you love Palo Santo and Plum, and I personally love these 2 notes together or separately, I don't care. This is one of my favorite personal notes in perfumery. So I am definitely biased when it comes to Vintage Radio, and anything I would say about this scent would be like a 12 out of 10. But I know a lot of people also love this one. This is a clone of Paragon by Inicio. I always say Parfum de Marly. It is not Parfum de Marly, it is Inicio. Initio smells stronger. This one is still strong enough. It's got some decent performance, but Initio is definitely stronger. But you get to choose $400 for 120 mls opposed to $30 or less for vintage radio for 100 ml. And this is great for the opposite sex. If you just want to get compliments from the opposite sex, you definitely need vintage radio on your repertoire. Number 2 on my list, this is probably one of the controversial fragrances I own in my collection. Also one of the strongest fragrances I own in my collection as well. It is pretty strong, and what I'm doing is crazy. I should just do like 3 sprays. That's more than enough. And as a matter of fact, I really liked that layering combo. That's what it needed to actually make that layering combo. It actually smells pretty good. If you love woodsy and saffron fragrances, if you love very trendy, very artsy fragrances, a lot of saffron, a lot of woodsy nuances, very strong, super beast mode, Khanjar by Lattafa, it is definitely the scent for you. I love this one. This one could smell weird for some people, but also this one is one of my most complimented Lattafa fragrances I own in my collection. People tend to love this one when I have it on. Maybe because they just managed to smell it on my skin. This one, I'm telling you, like 2 sprays, 3 sprays maximum. That's all you need. It is that strong, guys. It's just beyond beast mode. People will smell you from like across the hall. Literally one of the strongest fragrances I own in my collection, period. Khanjar by Lattafa. This is beyond beast mode if you are looking for this type of fragrances. Also, it smells great. Last but not least, I was plugging this scent for the longest time just because I love it. And when I love something, I just push it as much as I can because I feel and I think this one totally deserves it. And I'm talking about Art Over Arabia 3 by Lattafa. And this one smells like blonde amber. And this one smells great. Again, another beast mode fragrance. If you just love amber and fragrances, spicy amber and fragrances, very sexy, very sophisticated, a little bit older. So if you are in your early teens or like in your early 20s, probably this one is gonna be a little bit old for you. But for me, with my seasoned beers, I find myself smelling irresistible, or at least that's what I think when I always have this scent on. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you ever smelled this one and how do you feel when you have this scent on? Because I am curious, am I the only one or not? But Art of Arabia 3, it is definitely my favorite Lattafa scent for sure. So this is pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is your best Lattafa fragrances that you personally love? Whether you own in your collection or you've smelled before. It is that time of the month again when I use all my YouTube revenue just to buy more fragrances, and I spend on top of it money from my pocket. So all this hard work, what I do, I make $0 for myself personally. But all I need from you guys is to give me a big like. Also subscribe and hype this video to not miss any of my videos in the future. Comment in the section down below. What is your favorite Lattafa fragrance? And I see you guys next time. Peace.